This is your dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. Starting from humble beginnings, Nick has been beating the markets for over 2 decades. He shares with you his take on the profitable trades that will have you moving towards financial freedom in no time at all. To see an in-depth review of his track record and much more, go to inthemoneystocks.com. Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm Kerry, Lutz. It's 10/6/23, show 532. First, before we get started, Nick, remember I said mark this date, 10/4/23, when you called the breakout in natural gas once it broke out over 305. Where is it now? Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm your host, Kerry Lutz. It's 10/9/23, show number 533. Well, another day, another war, Nick.
Another day, another war. This one comes basically on a 50-year cycle, basically, of the Yom Kippur War in 1973. So it's quite remarkable, the timing of this. But, you would think, Kerry, in 2023, we'd be beyond wars, right? And it just doesn't seem to stop. And the old quote from Jesse Livermore was, human nature never changes.
Yeah, isn't that the truth, huh?
It is. It is very, very true. And, I guess these are the signs of the times that we're in.
Yeah. So I guess we're talking about the markets. What's the effect on the markets?
Yeah, the markets aren't so bad today. They had a big rally on Friday, so they're pulling back today, which is pretty obvious. NASDAQ is down about 0.8%. The S&P 500 only down about 0.4%. The Dow down 0.3%. The Russell 2000, which is the small caps, you would think that would get hit worse today, but only down 0.3%. That's kind of where we are. You do have bank stocks lower today. Tech stocks are a bit lower, but when I look at the overall scheme of things, energy is very, very strong today. Oil is gaining today, and that's been pulling back quite nicely. But today, oil is popping up. That's up by 5%, and you got all of the oil stocks catching a bid. And then you have the defense contractors, the Lockheed Martins and the General Dynamics. They're all up today, really across the board, pretty sharply. So that's kind of the picture where we are in the market.
All right. Well, that's encouraging, I guess. The world's not panicking. The markets aren't panicking yet, but there's still time, right?
There's still a lot of time. And, again, this can escalate into a much bigger event very, very quickly. So you have to be on your toes with this one. So we'll see where we go. But this is something you'll have to just watch day by day now.
Yeah, well, it's serious. The extent of it, the deaths and injuries, the kidnappings, could easily lead to a major war in the Middle East, huh?
Well, I think it could. So, and I think even if something is resolved in the near term, we know ultimately it's not going to be resolved in the long term. So we've been through this, for years and years and years, as long as I've been in this business. And it's been going on even well before that. So long before that, I should say. So we'll see where we go. And like I said, we'll take it on a day by day and a week by week basis. And I think that's how everybody should approach it.
All right. Week by week, day by day, best way. Well, how's gold responding to it?
I think gold is doing very well today. Gold has been really, really selling off as of late. Friday, it caught a very nice bid. And today, it's very strong, up 1.2% right now. And that's a pretty good move for gold, up almost 20 points. So, gold is outperforming silver today, which is, up around, I guess, around 1% as well. But, if gold doesn't move quite the same way. But I think today's move in gold is pretty significant. That could be telling us something. Remember, gold goes up for 2 reasons. One reason is that, there's just too much money in the system. It's a good gauge of inflation. Number 2, gold goes up on fear. And it could be the telltale sign that, there could be some fear going on out here, but watch gold very closely. Right now, it's holding up fine, and as long as gold stays above the 200 weekly moving, the weekly 200 period moving average at around 1820, gold can build on this and go higher. And there's a very bullish, bigger time frame chart pattern out there that's still very much intact for gold. So I would keep an eye on gold and gold actually can make some bigger moves here.
All right. So, yeah, well, we always watch it closely for exactly that reason. Silver really didn't catch much of a bid today on this, though, did it?
It's not a bad move, but sometimes on a day like today, silver will make I would think a better move. Right now, if you look at silver futures, like I said, they're up about 1%, sitting at just under $22. So it's not a bad day for silver. Silver was very strong though on Friday, much like gold was, and the silver chart, in my opinion, is still very, very good. So. And full disclosure, I own shares in SLV, so I just want to put that out there. I don't want anybody to think but I am in silver as far as owning the SLV at this point in time. So, but I think the chart is fine. It's nothing bad as long as silver holds above silver futures. That is, as long as that level does not break 21, I think silver can go higher from here as well.
Okay. Hey, energy, oil, nat gas. We talked about oil going up already. Is nat gas responding at all?
Yeah, nat gas is up almost another 2% today, Kerry. So it's on fire, and full disclosure, I own UNG and I've owned it a lot lower. So that is breaking out, and that run should continue. I don't see that run ending anytime soon. Nat gas is just getting going. And what's up really nicely today too, Kerry, is the nat gas producers. Stocks like AR, which ticker symbol AR, which is Antero Resources, EQT Corporation, Chesapeake Energy. I mean, these are really having strong sessions, and that should be watched pretty closely because if the nat gas stocks start to show more leadership, that bodes well for a much bigger move in nat gas in general.
All right. So nat gas probably also predicting a very heavy winter in the United States.
Yeah, I tell you right now, Kerry, it's cold in Florida. Today was the first day I wore a jacket when I walked my dog at 6 o'clock in the morning,
Really?
and I wish I would have put my ski coat on. Yeah, it was chilly. It was around 65 degrees. So it definitely has gotten cold here. I'm sure it's getting cold in other parts of the country. And I've been reading a little bit of the Farmer's Almanac, and I think it is going to be a cold winter.
Hey, nat gas always knows it a month before the weatherman knows it.
It does. It does.
I mean, I'm looking here next Monday, we're going to have a low of 60 degrees, which is great. High is 77. That's as perfect, near as perfect weather as you can get in Florida.
That is. And, we live for that weather, right? We wait all summer long for it to change. And here it is. But, if we start to see colder temperatures in the United States, and I think we will, this is going to bode very, very well for natural gas.
All right. So to me, the surprise thing here, the surprise lack of move is Bitcoin. It's actually down today.
Yeah, Bitcoin is lower today. I know the Bitcoin fans out there won't like to hear that, but yeah, it's trading lower by 1.5%. And, I'm not smart enough to figure out, all the ins and outs of cryptocurrency. But what I will say is I'm smart enough to figure out patterns. And right now, the overall pattern structure on the weekly chart is bearish. And I've been saying that for a while. I think we'll go down, test 22,000, ultimately 21,500. But yeah, Bitcoin is really not catching any kind of a major bid today. It's not a terrible looking chart on the daily chart at the moment. But yeah, surprisingly enough, really not doing very much. And I think the pattern ultimately looks like it wants to take another leg down.
Think so, huh?
Yeah, I really do. If you just look at the weekly chart, anybody could do it. Now, I look at weekly chart Bitcoin futures, so it could be a little bit different than the spot Bitcoin charts that other people look at. But I trade and look at Bitcoin futures. That's what I like to follow. And yeah, that chart has given us a big bearish inside bar, and that gives us a move down to around the 22,000, possible 21,500 level.
All right. Well, I guess we will have to wait and see where it goes, but we've been saying that for a while, so let's see what happens. Hey, well, that is it for today. We'll be back on Wednesday. Questions, comments, send them off to KL@kerrylutz.com. Don't forget the Twitter feeds at ITMS, at Nick Santiago01, at Kerry Lutz. Of course, write your comments down below on the YouTube channel. We'll be getting to them shortly. Nick, hey, we will catch up with you on Wednesday.
Sounds good, Kerry.